episode 48, I think it is. Just wanted to do a bit of a shout out. I'm on my way up to Armour HQ now to train for the day class. Just wanted to do a quick shout out to everyone. I didn't realize how many people actually watch this, and I've been noticing a lot more people telling me that they're watching it, and people I didn't really expect that actually watch it. Even at competitions and stuff like that, people coming up to me and saying they watch the content. So just wanted to say a huge thanks for supporting what we're doing here with this, and gives me motivation to keep pumping these out. So yeah, please keep sending the love. It's helping me stay motivated to pump these out for you guys. As I said, heading up to day class today. I've been getting up a little bit more lately up to the day class for some nogi rounds and technique with Professor Adam Metcalf. Been really good, doing a mixture of different stuff, but yeah, most importantly, getting in some solid nogi training with some different guys every day, not just the Shark crew, but also some different body types and game plans up at Team Armour. We also have the Armour HQ grading this weekend on Saturday. So basically what it is, it's similar to how we do our medal chases. It's kind of like competition training almost, where usually it's either like a Shark Tank style drill where you've got like one person in and a bunch of people around them subbing in, or you've got like a bunch of people playing pass sweep, and you get like 10 or 12 guys down, and there's a big line of people just move through pass sweep, and then from there there's a little bit of technique usually as well, and then the grading is sort of complete and everyone's handed their belts or their tips depending on what they're grading for. For our guys, a lot of the time we sort of just head up even if no one's grading, just because we like to get the rounds in. It's always good to take the opportunity to get up to Armour and train when we can as well, but just getting those solid rounds in with different people. The grading is in the gi, so it's some really good gi training, and it's just nice to be able to get some rounds in with people that have a different game plan that you're not used to, and different sort of body types as well, some unusual body types. So you're not rolling the same, 10 people every day, and really deciphering their game plan to the level where it almost becomes like you almost know what they're going to do every time. The good thing about training at a different club is that you get exposed to different things and you get caught out with stuff and you can't get complacent, and we want to stay in that stage of growth as much as possible when we can in jiu-jitsu, because that's where the magic sort of happens. If you stay too long stagnant, that's when people start to surpass you. We have ADCC coming up as well. I believe it's the 7th of next month. So far, I think there's only one of our guys committed to that. That's Josh Moore. So Josh Moore's definitely jumping in for that one. I'll probably get in myself as well, I think, in the pro division. I'll just see how the bracket fills out. I think so far there's only one person that's like 83.9 and under, so I might wait and see if there's some big boys going in that one. If there is, I'll most likely jump in that as well. Oh yeah, sorry, Mick Mac as well has registered. So Mick's registered, Josh, I think maybe a couple more are pretty keen as well. So Aaron, I think as well, was saying he was pretty keen to jump in, and possibly a couple more depending on how it pans out. Even Ryan, I think, said he might be interested. So that's the 7th of next month. And then we also have SGT again. The second event will be running June 9. So that will be the same event we just sort of had down at HF Arena. That was quite a good event. Obviously the feedback's been phenomenal about that round robin format with gi and no gi on the same day. So huge for Perth. Like it's been needed for a long time now, and I think everyone's super excited to have that event here. So I can imagine the June 9 event is going to be one of the biggest competitions we've had here in Western Australia. It's going to be massive. We're looking forward to that and seeing how the guys go. I think we had 13 guys last time, or around that number. Next time I anticipate a similar number, if not more, competing at the next one. So just looking forward to seeing the Matt Shark competitive team grow and compete in these events, and just make it a huge event. It's now the competition we look forward to the most because it suits us the best. The sub orientated stuff is what suits us. There's plenty of schools that are going to beat us every day of the week at the points game because we don't really train the points game. A lot of my guys don't even know what certain things are worth in terms of points. And that's deliberate that I don't really coach that. Getting closer to comps, I sort of remind them what things are worth, but I always preach the kill or be killed mentality, and that's just the way I am, and I think it's good. Like, it doesn't always pay off. Like sometimes you might get submitted because you're going for a submission, where it's much easier just to stall and stay on top and win the match by points. But I've never had that mentality. It's always been that I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees type mentality. Like sometimes it's easy to stall out and just lose by points, or even just, you know, even when you're up, just stall and win by points. But I think ultimately at the essence of jiu-jitsu, the core, it should be, let's find out who's better, you know what I mean? So, you know, that's just my philosophy on jiu-jitsu, and I like to give a lot of my guys that same philosophy where I can, because I think ultimately it serves you in getting better at jiu-jitsu. I've had matches where I've been up a lot of points and I've gone on to lose because I've gone for the kill and gone for the submission, and I don't regret that, because I'm staying true to how I view jiu-jitsu. And ultimately, if you're getting caught up on the win-loss ratios, you're gonna have a bad time in jiu-jitsu, because everyone's records are all over the place. It's not important. At the end of the day, you're not trying to be a world beater. It's not important. If you're trying to be the number one fighter in your weight class in the world, then yeah, maybe start looking at things a little bit differently, and you might have to stall here and there to get a match, to get a win, you know? It does happen where you need to just do what you got to do to get the win. But ultimately, if you're fighting in your local rec center and you sign up for a competition and pay $100+ to pull guard and score advantages and hold the guy, there's something wrong with you. That's just not jiu-jitsu, you know what I mean? I can't even understand that mentality. So for us, the sub-orientated stuff just makes sense. It's what jiu-jitsu is. It looks like jiu-jitsu to me. The competition just gone, the first SGT event, was really good to see, because everyone was going for the kill and no one wanted the draw. So everyone was like fighting tooth and nail for the win, and it made some of the most exciting matches. And at the end of the day, who cares who wins or loses? Ultimately, I think the best competitive experience is actually competing and trying to win the match. So that's my sort of philosophy on it, and I think that's because of that reason, the SGT event now for us is going to be our main competition we look forward to.